Hi, everybody.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pounds and Inches.
I'm Bethany.
I'm Ryan, and this is our board game review series, as well as where we kind of do our chronicling of our health goals and weight loss goals and what we're doing to get there.
Yeah, so Ryan wants to talk a little bit about Board Game Geek.
All right, so on Board Game Geek, they are doing a quarterly weight loss challenge. This is the first time I've signed up for it, the Winter 2019 challenge. I weighed this morning. I've lost 21 pounds, and I did the leaderboard. I am number 3 on the leaderboard right now, so I'm pretty excited about that. But it's not just about winning, it's about kind of the whole community around them. Everyone's just super cool, very motivating, very helpful, very encouraging, giving good tips, and I love being a part of that. It's been very good for my psyche and motivating me to keep going.
Yeah, and we also noticed, because Ryan has MyFitnessPal, that he's been on a downward slope for about 8 months now when it comes to weight loss. A little up in here every once in a while, but basically for almost a year he's been going down.
Yeah, I mean, in November and December, those are kind of big holiday months here in the U.S., and a lot of eating goes on with that. But overall, I'm down. I think we decided it was something like 37 pounds from where I started, and I got a long way to go, but excited to be on the path.
Yeah, so that is very exciting. Right now I'm focusing on just fooducating myself.
That's a trademarked, I don't know.
So for years, the reason why I wanted to focus on inches when we first started this was because I would eat decently. I would track my calories and my exercise, and it didn't line up. The amount of what I ate and the amount of what I did a day didn't equal to the weight I was, which is really frustrating. So after talking with my doctor and just learning some things, I'm realizing that I might think of food wrong, and I just want to educate myself on how food interacts with my body, what types of foods do certain things, what my body does with certain foods. I just finished reading It Starts With Food, just as an introductory level to this. I would love any recommendations on books like this, on nutrition in general. But I'm thinking that in order to get to where I want to be, I'm going to have to change what I think I know about food.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Let's talk about the game du jour. Today we're talking about Forbidden Sky by Matt Leacock, published by Game Right Games. All right, so what do you get when you open the box of Forbidden Sky?
You get everything you see here and more, because we stuffed some stuff in the box. But you get the wire connections. You get the large and small capacitors. You get the lightning rods. You get the ship, the tiles, a storm deck, character cards, and then these Equipment cards. So how does all of this come together to make a game?
All right, so this is basically part of a trilogy of cooperative games, all by Matt Leacock. The first one was Forbidden Island, then Forbidden Desert, now Forbidden Sky. All right, so the background of this game is kind of weird how it all came to be, I guess, as far as the plot. Essentially, we're on this big floating platform, and there's a spaceship that needs to take off. There's part of our team's job to get all the connections and all the wires necessary, all the components to get it all connected and get it ready to blast off with us all inside of it. For whatever reason, we decided to do it in the middle of an electrical storm. There's lightning trying to blast us off, and there's wind trying to blow us off of the platform to our deaths. So those are the challenges that we're faced with. So on your turn, it's a tile-laying game. You're going to take actions to draw tiles and then place them on the board. And then as you place these tiles, you're going to make these shapes that are eventually going to be where you place these capacitor pieces. And then later on, as actions, you're going to connect those with the wires. Eventually, so you have these different prerequisites of what you have to do. For the novice level, for instance, you have to place one large capacitor, 3 small, 3 lightning rods, and obviously the spaceship itself on its platform. Once you've connected all of those with these things, it's electrical, so it actually will light up and make noise, and everyone celebrates and cheers when you get it all built up together. Throughout the game, you're going to be, in between turns, drawing from the storm deck. That's going to make things more and more perilous, drawing more cards. The wind's going to blow you off. And you have your character has two different stats. Basically, you have a health stat and a rope stat. As you get hit by lightning, the health goes down. As the wind will try to knock you off, the ropes will go down. You have a limited supply of both, and you have to kind of balance all of those factors so you don't survive, or so that you do survive. So that's pretty much how it works. There's more to it than that, but you're collecting gears and items as well that are going to help you along the way. But you need to work cooperatively in order to solve this puzzle because it is pretty tough.
Yeah, and you know me and cooperative games and toughness. I like them.
The harder the better for you.
I don't know what it is. I really like them. Not like individual games when they're really tough. I don't know if I like that, but cooperative games, it's like we're all miserable together, and it just, that unity is wonderful, and I really, really like it. But another thing I like about this game, and it's a really simple thing, I like the color palette of it. I like how the storm is purple. It's a really simple thing, but I really like it. I mean, I like the color palette of all of the Forbidden series, but I really like this one. And there's a little Easter egg in the starting tile.
That's right. I like the gimmick of the light up ship isn't just a simple gimmick. It's actually, functional as well. It's a hard thing to get all those things needed to light it all up, to get it all organized. It's a hard game, and it's fun. It works, and the gimmick is cool too. So I like that they were able to make those things merge together, not just have it be a light up ship.
I also am pretty impressed with how Matt Leacock took a stack of tiles and made yet a third game system out of it.
Right.
I don't know what I was expecting. I was hoping it would be good, but I was pretty impressed with how he took basically the same stuff you've been playing with if you played any of the Forbiddens and created a brand new game out of it.
I personally really like the two different stats. I think that keeping those balanced is one of the tough parts of this game. You can't be near the edges too much, or else you're going to run out of rope. You can't be near these lightning rods too much, or else you're going to get struck by lightning too often. You have to use all your character powers to their full abilities, or else you're not going to win this game. Even on the normal level, which is like the second tier, we haven't won a single game at that level yet because it's that tough. But we really enjoyed that challenge.
Yep. So is there anything about this game that you weren't a huge fan of?
I think that one of the problems with this game is that you're at the mercy of the draw of the tiles. You have to build these shapes in order to place the platforms and the capacitors on, and if you don't draw the certain tiles you need, you're going to be spending a lot of actions drawing tiles, placing ones that you didn't want to place necessarily, just to make room in order to draw more tiles to try to dig for the ones that you do need. So there are situations where you may have lost the game before you even started without knowing it, just based on how the stack of tiles was shuffled.
Yeah, I don't like this little thing. I like the component and how it works for the game, but you see how I have to hold this to move it? I can't just move it like that, right? And you're like, why, Bethany? Why is that even an issue? I'll tell you why it's an issue. Because you have all these stacks everywhere, right? This huge, stuff. And you go to move it, and it just moves all the pieces out of the way.
That is a gross overacting of what actually happens in real life. That's like in a infomercial where someone's like, "It's so hard to cook eggs," and then they flip the egg, and then their whole house burns down. And then so you have to buy their products.
Yeah.
That's what just happened here. It's not that bad, but yes, you do need to be aware, hold it down as you're turning it so that way it doesn't shift the tiles around it.
I'm only exaggerating a little bit. Just a little.
All right, and also another nitpick of mine is that the components with the little wire connectors, they aren't quite perfect. When they're laid on the tiles the way they're supposed to set up, sometimes it's hard to get them exactly lined up perfectly, and you kind of have to fiddle around with a little bit too much. It's a little bit fiddly, and that can kind of take you out of the game for a second, especially if you've connected the full circuit to get back to the spaceship, and it doesn't light up like it's supposed to because something didn't line up quite right, and you have to fiddle with it a little bit more.
Not that we would know.
At least not at the normal level. But, yes, that's a nitpick as well. But overall, what are you thinking about this game?
I really like it. It might be my favorite in the Forbidden series. And I don't know if it's just because of the novelty of it, of a ship that lights up, and if I'm really just a 4-year-old at heart. But it might stand the test of time. So I really like this. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
I like all the ones in the Forbidden series for different reasons. They all bring something novel and different to the table, literally and figuratively. But I think this one definitely does work and it's fun. I don't know how I'd rank them. They're probably all pretty similar to me. I like them all. I'd rank them all pretty well. So I don't know where I'd... They're too close for me to call, basically. But amongst Matt Leacock's designs, this is a good one. We do recommend it.
Yeah. And we also would love recommendations on Super Bowl food.
Yes, the great American holiday, the food holiday of the Super Bowl is coming up. We are still doing Whole30, which means that all the fun things that I would normally want to eat, cookies, brownies, chips.
It's not true. All he's been
queso
talking,
dip.
all he's been talking about for the past 3 days is queso. Different types of queso. How you make queso. How he would like to make queso. It's fake cheese.
Fake cheese, food products.
That's what he said. He said, I just want a tub of seasoned meat and fake cheese. That's what he told me.
With good salsa and chips.
Yeah.
But all that is off the table. So if any of you have any keto-friendly or Whole30 friendly, basically low carb, high protein suggestions for a Super Bowl party food, we would love to hear it because we are going to need some of those good foods to get us through without giving into temptation of eating the other foods that are available to us. Throw them in the comments. We would love to hear from you guys. As always, you can follow us on our YouTube channel, Pounds and Inches, to see all of our latest reviews. You can follow us on Board Game Geek at our blog there, where we talk a little bit more about the health side of things. It's also called Pounds and Inches. Otherwise, you can check out Bethany's Instagram page, BNFigs at Instagram, and she takes photos of all the things whatever game we're playing at the time, and there's some pretty cool stuff going on there too. All right, so thanks again. We look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.